attention to the smallest of details. I know you care. I smile at you from across the room. Can you tell that I am here? That I am here.
Hello everybody, my name is Nick, I'm with Melody Minds, and today I'm here with...
I'm Max.
I'm Asa.
Alright, and together you guys are?
Lost Body.
Alright. So, I'm going to start out with an easy one. What's in your current rotation for artists you guys are listening to currently? Like, you know.
Well, last Sunday, we just went to a 6 Your Wife Sex Strike show and a Rent Strike show. Last show of their tour
Nice.
at the Firehouse in Worcester. That was amazing.
Yeah, Rent Strike, definitely up on the list. Like most folk punk bands, big like inspiration for me in songwriting. I write the songs. Daniel Johnston, out there on the list. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never heard of any of those, so now I have to do some research. So, could you go through like your musical background and what inspired you guys to do music?
I started playing saxophone around in the 5th grade for the school bands. You know, I was classically trained, and then I did the jazz band for a few years, and then I decided to just switch to solo, you know, play on my own whenever I could out in the street, you know, in the woods. And then, you know, someday Asa, she offered me to come play along with her sometimes, and then that just evolved into playing shows like this together.
Awesome.
Yeah. My first instrument, I started playing cello when I was like 6 years old. Also playing classical music. Picked up guitar like 4 or 5 years ago, probably, and I only started writing songs just about a year ago now. Started writing music, and yeah, I play some other instruments. I play mandolin. I'm trying to learn how to play fiddle, but that's mostly guitar for songwriting.
That's awesome. I mean, you got a decent range for what you...
Yeah, I'd love to start writing songs with cello. I don't own a cello, and they're a bit more than I can afford for a little while.
You're from Massachusetts.
Yeah, both of us.
How would you describe the music scene around there? Any particular artists that you would like to collaborate with? Anybody in the local scene? Maybe even in the famous scene?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to see yourself?
I mean, there's definitely like a good amount from Boston. Like Boston hardcore is the best, the only hardcore. But
She knows.
I mean, we're closer to Providence than Boston. There's not much that happens. There's definitely not much that happens in Dartmouth. There's a bit that happens in New Bedford. We've put on a couple shows there, some benefit shows. We did a benefit show for No Mas Muertes and a benefit show for the Appalachian Gets Pipelines. But there's not like a...
And then, well, there's Justin Arena also, a local artist, coming down to have a studio in New Bedford soon. Next few months?
Yeah. There's some good folk punk, like screen printing, some cool DIY spots. But end up coming to Providence. We've got them out.
Yeah, we do. We do definitely have some good shows around here.
Great shows, great venues, great people.
Shows. Very small, very...
Yeah, shout out Rat Steak, Providence folk punk.
Absolutely, shout out Rat Steak.
So, Asa, do you typically write the songs?
Yeah.
What is the writing process that you usually go through? Like, what are the ideas that come to mind when you're, in that, snap of the fingers type of moment? I mean, you had a song about buying a gun. That one comes to mind. All cops are bad and stuff like that. Like, where does it come from? Is it usually on a political spectrum, or is it more just anything that comes to mind?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a mix. Going between some songs about relationships, and some are specific to bad relationships, and some are just in general because relationships can suck. They can also be good. And there's some songs that I've written about that as well. On the political side, kind of in the process of building my theory, doing a lot of reading, and just trying to get involved as much as I can. So that kind of trickles into my music writing, and also a lot of the artists I listen to, a lot of the hardcore bands I listen to. Big like political messages. And I really appreciate that music. I think like art is a good.
It's an amazing platform to share your ideas and how you think, we can improve things all it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
I agree.
noise shows, experimental noise shows are great for writing songs. Let go and like, especially the ones where people just sit on the floor and it's like a drone or something. Close my eyes, words tend to come to me. Right?
So, how would you describe your fit today? In any way, shape, or form? And if there was any reason, any inspiration for it, like what would you describe it as?
I don't know. Camel pants are always, it's like most days wearing camel pants. Got sweater from my partner. Kafia, Free Palestine.
Absolutely.
It's
a whole vibe.
Yeah.
It's a whole vibe.
There's much of a theme. Yeah, I tend to just throw things on, and if someone tells me it looks good, then I believe them.
I really like the jewelry.
Thank you.
It's really nice. And the earrings matching the jewelry. Gorgeous. What else have I got? I guess my question is, why buy a gun? That's my last question.
I think this is like partly where I'm still developing my theory and like what I believe in. But I think we live in a system where the oppressors are being violent towards us in every aspect of our lives. And a gun can protect you, and also I guess most of buying gun is like against the gun control policies that have been put in place, where all of them are racist and discriminatory towards people that use guns to protect themselves against the oppressors.
That makes sense.
I think ideally we live in a world where we don't need guns, but that's just not the case.
Now in the current society that we live in, they're important tools for people who, they need a bit of extra safety due to, what's going on and the things that they could face. And ultimately, just from the greater oppressors as well. We need to have something before we can have, the freedom of having nothing, or needing nothing, I should say.
I agree with that. Last one. Name 5 songs that would describe your musical journey.
That's a good question. 5 songs. Story of an Artist, Jeremy Johnson's probably on that list. Let's see.
You guys can go back and forth, if you don't have.
Well, songs that we've done or songs in general?
Any songs.
Songs in general? Ooh. That's a good one.
I've got Straight Edge, Minor Threat.
Straight Edge, Minor Threat.
Mostly Straight Edge. Still working on quitting them.
Any Days and Days song, any Days and Days song, they have a horn in there, and I hear that, and I'm like, okay, I can imitate, I can, try to get some of that type of sound going in our music, especially.
Oh yeah.
I like the way that they blend them, so I try to, listen to. It's not very common for folk punk or folk to have a saxophone in it specifically, but it's what I play, and it's a very versatile instrument. So I try to just, see what other instruments, what other sounds I can sort of fit myself into, and what really works best to kind of complement Asa and her singing and strumming.
Asa, you're very talented with the chords. I was
you are.
knowing that the entire time. We're like, she's amazing in this. The amount of, you pointed out the intricacy of the chords that you're playing is just out of this world for sure.
Yeah. I guess a lot of my writing too comes from like songwriting comes from emo music, especially like when screamo's been popping off in Providence and all around. So like bringing that kind of like scrams guitar writing to acoustic guitar has been pretty cool. Like,
mixing up the genres for sure. I guess I got one more. I don't know. Like, was that 5? Am I goofy for?
I think so. I don't know.
Count that as 5. What books are you reading that are like inspiring you currently?
yeah, right now I'm reading Everything for Everyone, which is like it's like interviews with people from the future about the New York Commune from 2052 to 2072.
Oh wow.
That hasn't happened yet, but hopefully will happen. And it's really like a hopeful representation of what the world could look like post-revolution. Yeah, it's real good. Reading Anarchism by Emma Goldman.
Okay.
So that's a good place to start. Wow, it's real rain.
Yeah, we can cut
Yeah,
it
we
there.
can cut it.
But
It's
yeah,
raining kind of.
thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Sickness may be something's plaguing me in my shallow throat. I feel it is dry and icy. I am desperate, despondent. Hospital gown could be pretty on me. Can I eat it away? Will I still sleep? Will I drown in my thoughts, or will I push them out? It's not okay that I am so afraid to not be okay.